Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Fantasy Premier League with FPL Wizard. I hope you're all fine and I hope you all had a great time off. We had quite a long break and feels a bit weird kind of spending times without FPL. But here we are guys, back into the swing of things, and things are coming really thick and fast now. Lots of game weeks and hopefully no more breaks in it. Hey FPL Jugs, Gideon, Nahil, Todd, Lightrays, welcome everybody. I hope you all doing fine. Nahil says, how much ever we curse FPL now we're addicted to it. Totally, absolutely. Lightrays says, hey, it's really nice chilled music. Thank you, my friend. Always been there, I guess. So guys, I guess there's gonna be lots of stuff to talk about today, and so let's just get it right into the swing of things. Let's not kind of dilly-dally here. So last game week, guys, didn't have a good one. Just want to tell you, 30 points, and I was lucky, brought in King, captained him, didn't captain Dennis. This is absolutely shambles of a game week, the last one, but not sure how many people would have had a good game week, but I'm just thankful for the Foster clean sheet. But so far on the bench 7 points, De Gea on the bench 7 points, was much more than I had in my team. Alonso coming on was a really like in the 86th minute. I mean, I tweeted, I said, look, Alonso's not starting, wait and watch, he's gonna come on in the 86th minute to kind of just kick in the teeth for all the owners for anybody who has a clean sheet on the bench. And he did. He came on in the 85th minute, I guess. So I was pretty close with the crystal ball there. But anyways, guys, still in the top 5k, by just holding by a thread, and kind of just want to move on from here, So I just wanted to tell you about a little bit more about game week. Don't want to spend too much time because I know there's going to be lots of questions regarding to the blanks and doubles coming up. So 30 points, top 5k, absolutely where I want to be right now. So nothing, no complaining here. All right, so guys, before I come here, answer your questions, talk about my team, the upcoming game weeks, I have some slides prepared here which I would like to share with you. I think they're going to be much more helpful if we start with that. Hey Jackson, I hope you're fine, bro. So I've got some slides prepared here, so let me just hang on. So basically guys, game week 24 is upon us, and as we already know, so I'm gonna be already know that Chelsea doesn't have a fixture in this game week, and neither does Brighton. So I'm going to talk about game week 25, this double game week for Manchester United and Brighton, and a blank game week for Arsenal and Chelsea. So I'm pretty happy with the double game week players that I have for 25. I've already got Bruno Fernandes, and I already have David De Gea. Don't have anybody from Brighton, don't intend to get anybody from Brighton either. So I'm happy with the two players which I have, but this means that, I'm going to possibly have to delay my Salah move till game week 26, So I won't be having Salah for game week 24, and I might also not have Salah for game week 25 because I want to keep Fernandes. If I want to bring in Salah for somebody like Demarai Gray, then I might get Salah for 25. But if I decide to bring in Mo Salah in place of Bruno Fernandes, then possibly I'm gonna go without Salah for game week 25 as well, right? I don't have any players from Arsenal, but I have one player from Chelsea. But that's Alonso, which I might sell this game week for Luca Dean. But that's for later. So then there's a double game week, big double game week in 26, guys, and I'm gonna. Liverpool have a great double game week against Arsenal and Leeds. I think it is. I just need to kind of confirm, but I'm pretty sure because it was announced already. So they've got I think. Hang on, just need to. Yeah, they've got Arsenal. No, then they have got Norwich and Leeds. Sorry, yeah, they've got Norwich and Leeds. So I'm thinking about whether to triple captain Salah or to use my bench boost. I'll talk about that a little bit later. So. They've got a double game week, big double game week in 26. So either you can easily just go and triple captain Salah, or you could actually think about kind of using your bench boost and getting it out of the way. And according to Ben Krillin on Twitter, he says we might have a small double game week in 28, a small double game week in 29, and then we have a blank game week in game week 30 because of the FA Cup. And right now, all the teams which are in the FA Cup I've put in here in the blank game week category, and the confirmed fixtures are the teams which are out of the FA Cup. So Arsenal, Leicester, Aston Villa, Brentford, Leeds and Wolves have a fixture in game week 30. So these are the only 6 teams which have confirmed fixtures as of now. There's a game between Southampton and West Ham United in the FA Cup, and a lot depends on their result, but at this moment we've only got these confirmed fixtures. So based on all of this, I have a little plan for the future, kind of. Hang on. So yeah, so I've made a tentative chip strategy just to show you, and this will evolve. I've written tentative especially because I don't want you to think that this is final or anything is kind of nailed on here. I'm just kind of telling you what I'm planning, and we'll make up as we go along, right? So small double game week 26, I already told you can triple captain Salah against Norwich and Leeds, or you can use your bench boost and get it out of the way depending on how strong of a bench you have or how you plan for your bench, right? So I already showed you the teams which have a double game week, and then there's a small blank game week in 27. So for those of you who've already used one free hit chip, I don't think it makes any sense for you to use your free hit in 27. I think it's better to ride it out with free transfers, especially because as I'll show you in the coming slide, I think there's a decent fixtures, and I think there's a decent chance that we'll own a lot of those players already, which we want to own on free hit, except the Spurs players maybe, and then there's a big blank game week in 30. You can use your free hit, you can kind of dead end your team into 30 and then wildcard. Like, there's many different strategies going on here. Currently I'm thinking I'll use my free hit, but if there's not many good fixtures, I might dead end my team, and I might save both my free hits to use them in the double game weeks to gain an advantage. Because traditionally everybody's been saying that we should use your free hit in a blank game week, but technically in blank game week there are not many teams which have good fixtures. So what we should kind of think about doing is kind of save our free hits and use them when we can gain the maximum advantage, not to use them for damage limitation. Try to use them for the upside. So I might use one free hit in 30. It depends on what my strategy is. And then again, wildcard 31 to 35. If I use my bench boost in 26, then I'll triple captain. In 36, if I use my triple captain, then I'll bench boost in 36, because it's a big double game week. There's so many teams whose fixtures are left. For example, Leicester has 4 fixtures which need to be rescheduled. Arsenal have got 3, but all 3 are absolutely horrible. Chelsea, Tottenham, Liverpool, no good double game weeks here. Everton's are better. Burnley, Newcastle, Leicester. I mean, Leicester's are also good, like Norwich, Everton, Burnley. I think Aston Villas are good. Leeds and Burnley. These teams have only one fixture: Brighton, Wolves, Leeds, Watford, Liverpool, Southampton and Norwich, and some of them have 0 as well, like West Ham United, of which I own 3 players. But Leicester is 4, Arsenal 3, none of them are attractive. So that is the reason I'm not tempted to go for an Arsenal player. Also, they have a couple of blanks coming up, right? So if somebody wants to write out, by the way, sorry if I'm not reading your comments, guys. I just want to go through it quickly so that I can come back and answer your questions, right? If you are enjoying what I'm doing here, just like the stream. By the time I come back, I would love to see more likes. I think I had 4 before I started on this monologue. Guys, moving on. I already discussed my trip strategy. Yeah. So if you look at 27, currently what I'm thinking is that I can easily have 11 decent players for my team in game week 27, even if I don't use my free hit. So I don't intend to use my free hit, So planning towards that is that I already own Livramento, who's fit, is already played. I think I'm going to have 3 Manchester City players because City play against Everton. So I already have Bernardo Silva, I've got Cancelo, and I might do a 1 week, a hokey cokey between Salah and KDB. So that might be one transfer that I make before 27 and have 3 City players. Might not, it all depends upon how my team looks like at that point. So I've already have 3 West Ham players so far, Jared Bowen and Antonio, and they've got a decent-ish fixture against Wolves. It's not the easiest. Wolves don't concede too many goals, but then there are not many teams which have good fixtures in that game week, right? I will have Luca Dean from Aston Villa. If I manage to keep Bruno Fernandes, if I buy Salah in place of somebody else and manage to keep Bruno Fernandes, then I'll have Fernandes and De Gea as well. And obviously, I'll have one of the Watford strikers in Dennis and King. So I can field 11 players in a blank game week. The only team which I don't have players from would be Spurs. And I don't think it's the end of the world if I don't own any Spurs players. Maybe I can go from Salah to Son, who knows, it all depends upon the strategy. But technically, I think I can easily write the blank game week 27 without using my free hit. And that is what I intend to do, So that was all, guys, and hopefully you kind of got the basic idea. This is my setup for 27. That is what I'm thinking at the moment. This was my chip strategy. Credits to Ben Krillin for all the data that I use from him. Is at the rate Ben Krillin on Twitter. I assume you already follow him, right? So yeah, I'm gonna come back and answer your questions, guys. Do hit like yeah. So we've got. How many likes? 11. That's better. Jackson says, hey bro. Hey Jackson. Lighter says, hey, Wiz, captaincy and transfer plans for this week. Mihir says, hey guys. Hey Mihir. Hey, Humayun says, Rafinha, Bruno starting. I think they should start, yes. Bruno, I'm sure, because I've seen him in training. I think he should be fit enough to start. He had a really good performance even though Manchester United lost. Lost says, Ramsey or Martinelli to start. I think Martinelli is a better player, but Ramsey has a better fixture. I think you should start Martinelli technically. I think he's just has more explosive potential and a better upside. Geeta says, your thoughts on Coutinho. I think it's a decent fixture. Decent player. Started well for Aston Villa. You can get him. And at that price range, there's not many players available, I assume everybody owns Jared Bowen already, so. And Ale says, Antonio news. There's not much news. It's just that he's fatigued. He's played 3 fixtures for Jamaica in the space of 7 days, I think. So I think this is fatigue related. There's no injury or nothing of that sort. Hopefully he starts. If he doesn't, still, I think we got enough covered from the bench. So yeah, I mean. For me, this week's transfer, Brian says, hi mate, do you prefer Weghorst or Edouard from Gameweek 26 onwards? I definitely prefer Odsonne Edouard, my friend. I think Weghorst is just new, in the league. He did all right against Watford. I mean, Watford doesn't have the best defense, and Burnley wasn't able to score against them. Didn't even look like scoring. Maybe once or twice they had a chance. So I'd say Odsonne Edouard. Pedro says, hey Wiz, missed the start but seems very interesting. We'll catch up later. I don't have a goalkeeper this week. Very likely roll the transfer. Any downsides? No worries, Pedro. Thank you so much for your kind comment. And yeah, the video will be on the channel, so you can always kind of just go back and watch it. I think if you can, you can definitely think about David De Gea. Kind of take a hit and get David De Gea. Because I think De Gea has a good fixture in this game week, and then he also has a double game week coming up in the next game week. So I think it easily justify your transfer and give you some points as well. And essentially, it's a -2 point hit. If if you don't have a keeper, that just means that I assume De Gea will get 2 points. So that would be my opinion. If you don't have a keeper, I think this is a decent kind of game week to kind of get De Gea, and because it has a double game week as well. Geeta says, Son or Jota or Bowen for captain. This is $1 million question, which I don't have a right answer for, to be honest with you. I've been switching my captaincy between Jared Bowen, Jota, all day long. I don't have Son, so don't have that problem to deal with. But again, I'd say Son is coming back from injury. Southampton not conceding too many goals as well. So I'd say it should be between Jota and Bowen. If you want to go with Son, I think you can. I haven't seen Tottenham's game that they played in the FA Cup, so can't say much about him. Abhinav says, should I replace De Bruyne for Salah this week? No. If you have De Bruyne, I would keep De Bruyne this week. I would get Salah for De Bruyne next week. even if he gets expensive, even if he get like raises like what 0.1 million, I still think you should stick with De Bruyne this week. Are you planning on buying any Newcastle players in the future? I don't really. Bruno Guimaraes have joined, Trippier has joined, and they've got a couple of more signings. But technically, I want to see them play. Bruno Guimaraes is like a central midfielder, mostly a defensive midfielder. And not excited at the moment. Callum Wilson is injured, the one player which I always kind of think he trolls me in this game. So at the moment, no, I'm not. Siamin says Son or Fernandes. I think Fernandes, looking at the double game week. If you're concerned about the injury, you think he might start, might not start, then you can definitely think about kind of going with Son. But based on the double game week and the way he played in the FA Cup, Bruno, I'd say Bruno Fernandes has a better upside, especially with this way their like formation is now. They're playing 4-2-3-1, So I think Bruno is absolutely suited for that formation. My lot F says, hi, are you rolling this game week? Are you keeping the double Watford till 26? The thing is, I have a transfer plan at the back of my mind. I'm waiting for some news, about West Ham, presumably, if we can get. But, what I'm thinking is, I can easily kind of roll my transfer, and this is not a bad time to be rolling a transfer. But let me show you what I planned. So what I thought about initially at the back of my mind is that I can take out Alonso and get Luca Dean. Although I know, Arsenal has got double game weeks coming up, United, Brighton, but I don't want to get those defenders. I think Dean has started really well. He's explicitly stated that Benitez wanted him to defend. He said, you are a defender and your primary purpose is to defend. So now I think with Lampard's system, I think he's advanced, he's playing well, and he started well, at least we can say that. So I'm looking to kind of get Luca Dean. If I don't get him this game week, I'll presumably get him next game week. The problem with getting Luca Dean is if I get Luca Dean, then I don't know what to do. I'll have to put Sofal on the bench, and I'm just thinking at the back of my mind that I have a transfer plan. I can execute it even with like 10 minutes to go, no problem, at the back of my mind. But I'm just thinking whether it is worthy of making the transfer this game week, or having like 2 transfers so that I can make 3 next game week, or something to that effect. So yeah, I'm just thinking, but that is the plan. I just wanted to tell you my plan because you asked, right? Let's come back. Nihal says back 5 is Cancelo, Trent, Dawson, Emerson, and Livermore. Do you think I should go for Dawson to 8 Nouri or just roll this week? Nihal, the problem is I don't think Wolves have got good fixtures coming up. I know there's a double game week on the horizon and all that stuff, but they don't have good fixtures really. Actually, I should have just stayed on the transfer page and hang on. Let me open any kind of Wolves player here. You can see their fixtures. You see, Arsenal, Tottenham, Leicester, Arsenal, West Ham, United. There's not good fixtures, to be honest with you. Although they have a double game week, but I don't see too much upside with the Wolves defenders at the moment. Nouri, not sure. I've thought about it for my own team as well. That is the reason I'm telling you. So need to think hard about it, Nihal. It's a difficult decision. And also Dawson has some decent fixtures, as well. Although he didn't score the bullet header that we were expecting him to. Watford, Newcastle. He's nailed on. This is playing all the time, especially with the Kurt Zuma problem with, kicking the cat and all that stuff. I don't think Zuma's going to play. I think that makes Dawson more nailed on as well. Mihir says no 4-3-3. Well, you can't start both the Watford strikers against West Ham United, especially when they didn't do much against the weaker teams. Especially Dennis got sent off against Norwich, and King didn't do anything against Norwich or Burnley. So yeah. I think yes, this is the roll of the dice. FPL, some say that's you're starting King, I'm starting Dennis. It's a civil war. When you get two Watford strikers, there's always going to be a headache. Which one to play. Dennis is more explosive. King again. The stats and stuff. I don't know. If I owned Dennis, I'd be much more happy. Having King is just another problem that we need to deal with. Lotov says, Viz, would you consider Edward for Dennis the Menace? I think if you don't have anything else to do, I think Edward is not a bad option. Remember, Norwich is, playing better. They just, technically, I think they're playing better, so it's not gonna be a cakewalk. If you think it's gonna be a cakewalk, it's not. I mean, they just beat Watford. That trying to stay in that relegation fight. They're trying to stay up. Norwich, and I think Dean Smith has tightened their defense. They played well against Watford. I don't think they got many chances, did Watford, especially with 10 men. What were they gonna do? Abhijit says, is it time to bring Salah in? I mean, if I guys, again, this is a very subjective kind of thinking or a question, because Salah has come back from playing 4 120-minute games. 4 of his games went to extra time. If I'm not wrong, 3 I'm definitely sure 3 went to extra time. He's lost his game, he's missed, like winning the AFCON. I think we should give him some time. Technically, even if he starts one game against Leicester, I don't know, it could be a bad decision in the hindsight. But for me, I don't have a good route to bring in Salah, because I want Fernandes in kind of double Gameweek 25. So either I need to take a hit to bring in Salah in place of somebody like Demarai Gray, and I'm just planning to ride the wave. Hopefully, Salah doesn't start. I don't know. Dexter says, need help. I can bring anyone. 2 free transfers. I will free hit in 26. My team is Lloris, Foster, James, Trent, Cancelo, Diaz, Livramento, Jota, Bernardo, Moura, Douglas, Luiz, Dennis, Ronaldo, Antonio. Well, I think you've got a decent enough team. James, Trent, Cancelo, Diaz, Livramento, Jota. I think that you've got a decent enough team. Maybe Moura to you already got 3 City players. I was about to say Foden. Maybe take Lucas Moura out. I guess that's all I can say at the moment. Yeah, I think you can take Lucas Moura out. Possibly, or you can get Dean as well for James. Maybe, not sure about that. Richard says, what do you think about putting the armband on? And if you want, you can. I mean, guys, captaining a defender is something which we can't do by logic. You have to do it by instinct. If you feel it, if you think is the right option, you definitely do go for it, guys. I mean, Leicester's problem has not been scoring goals. Leicester's problem has been their defense, conceding goals. So I think it's better to kind of captain an attacker against them. But who knows what's Trent gonna do? Trent is like equally good as an attacker anyway. Nehal says, so my transfer plan as of now: roll 25 KDB to Salah and King, Antonio to Edward, 26 Dawson to Aitnouri, Dean, Gallagher, Martinelli, and possibly to Bruno. Son, give me 10 double gaming that way. That's nice, Nehal. Like that. The thing is, it also depends on your strategy, what you want to do. I mean, for example, you want to do Bruno to Son, but Son has got like Manchester City and Burnley away in the double game week. So think, like you have to plan about whether you want to bench boost, whether you want to triple captain Salah. For anybody who's thinking about triple captaining Salah, I want to show you this. I think this is important for everybody who's kind of planning for the future. And here, I always focus on planning for the future, guys. I always tell you have to plan for the future. So this is a slide by Ben Krillin. He posts them on Twitter. I presume everybody who plays FPL is on Twitter, follows him anyway, but credits where they're due. So I want to tell you something here, guys. Although it's not shown here, I think I didn't put the screenshot of the particular slide that I wanted. So Salah's got a double game week 26, right? Salah plays Norwich and Leeds, which are easy fixtures, and both of them are at home. Remember, they're both at Anfield. 4 days after the game against Leeds, they've got a Carabao Cup final. They've got a Carabao Cup final 4 days after the game against Leeds. So it's a double game week. Salah's played a lot, fixture congestion, and after Leeds, after 4 days, they've got a Carabao Cup final, which is why they've got like a blank game week here in 27, because they're going to play the Carabao Cup final against Chelsea. I think it is, right? I think Chelsea, see here, Chelsea's got a blank game week as well. So, little bit tough to kind of say whether Salah's going to play both these games, whether Salah's going to be rested, going to be taken off early. So this is a little bit of a risk with triple captaining Salah in 26. I just wanted to tell you this because everybody looks at the fixtures, everybody's like, licking their fingers. Like, Salah's gonna kind of like, absolutely bang in these games, like Norwich and Leeds at Anfield, Liverpool chasing the title. What else do you need? But you have to consider there's a Carabao Cup final after 4 days after playing this double game week. So if Liverpool is winning, maybe Klopp takes Salah off, something of that sort. So I just wanted to tell you, I'm not saying Salah is not going to play these 2 games. Salah is going to take him off early. I just wanted to tell you that there is a risk here, right? So that is all I wanted to tell you. It's my duty to tell you all the information that I have, and then I leave you alone to make your decisions, guys. All right, let's go back and answer your questions. All right. Sorry. DM says, please, can you give me opinion on my message? Took me 15 minutes to write it. Definitely DM. I will. Sorry, there's so many comments coming in. I'm actually moving between different screens, so I'm not able to answer all the questions, guys. I really apologize for that. DM says, I've got a wildcard team: De Gea, Arnold, Cancelo, Dean, Tierney. Nice, I like that. Jota, KDB, Coutinho, Bowen. I think KDB is a placeholder for Salah, I like that. Attack is Edward and Ronaldo. Bench is Foster, Ramsey, Brosha, Brendan Williams. Getting in Salah and Saka for KDB and continuing game. I think that's fine. I think that's absolutely fine. I like that. Ronaldo, I think maybe you got him for the double game week. You can keep him. To be honest with you, I prefer having Fernandes. I don't know. It just looks like he's in better form somehow, than Ronaldo. But it's absolutely okay for me. I think I like that team. It has enough flexibility to get in Salah. The defense looks absolutely fine. Edward, I think it's got good fixtures coming up. The bench doesn't look the strongest, and especially if you're using your wildcard, remember you have to use a bench boost as well. So maybe you can make it up with the pre-transfers as well. So yeah. Nihal says chip strategy, triple captain 26, free hit 27, free hit 30. Nihal, I don't think it's worth free hitting in 27, to be honest with you, looking at the fixtures, but each to his own. But no, Nihal says 3 days before Norwich we have Inter in the Champions League too. So you see, 3 days before Norwich came, they've got Inter Milan in the Champions League. 4 days after the game against Leeds, they've got the Carabao Cup final. Salah's not going to start all those 4 games. I don't think so. I don't know. That's what I think. So let's move on. Rupam says bench King or Dawson. That's $1 million question, bro. That's got the same kind of dilemma. If I was you, it depends on how many West Ham players you have, Rupam. Ikjot says, will Sterling start? I just posted on Twitter about their predicted lineup. Guys, if you don't follow me on Twitter, please, I post all these kind of whatever information I can get about players. I'm not asking for followers, by the way. Just Cancelo, Diaz, Wilson, Laporte, Sterling. Yeah, Sterling has got, according to the fan forums, Sterling has got 95% possibility of starting. Nehal says I'm helping out. Wiz, you can ask me too if you want. Thank you so much, Nehal. Really appreciate it. That's the essence of the community, right? I want everybody to answer, just participate, answer each other, guys, help each other out. That's the community. That's the way it is supposed to be anyway. Thank you, Nehal. Dexter says I'm free hitting in Gameweek 26. I can bring in Cornet for 27. That's fine. I think Cornet is a good option. Pogba, I wouldn't suggest. Jared Bowen captain says FPL Jag. FPL Jag, give me 15 more minutes and I'll decide my captain. It's a difficult one. I had it on Bowen. I changed it to Jota before the stream. I might change it back again. Who knows? Do you think bringing in De Bruyne or Son this week instead of Salah is the right move? I think it's not a bad move, especially if you bring in De Bruyne. I think it's a decent enough move because Salah, I'm not sure if he's going to start or not. De Bruyne, I think, has a good chance to start. Only Bowen apart from Dawson. I think you can start Dawson if you want. The thing is, West Ham don't keep too many clean sheets, actually, you know. But I'm not sure how much I expect from King in this game. If they can't score against Norwich, if they can't score against Burnley, what makes me think that they can score against West Ham United? Technically, I should be bringing in Dean and putting King and Dennis both on the bench. You know, that's what I might do. Who knows? Moura to Coutinho can be good. I think, yeah, that's also a decent move. Sid says, hey bro, Bruno or KDB have Foden. If you want to have a placeholder for Salah, you want to bring Salah next week, then I think KDB has the better fixture this game week. If you want to keep them for 2 game weeks, then I think Bruno can be the better option. Although KDB's got like Brentford and Norwich, and City can absolutely slaughter them. So, you know, maybe I'm a little bit biased because I already own Fernandes. So it's a tough one, Sid. It depends on your strategy, whether you want them for 1 week or 2 weeks. And he says, "Let's bring back Tony." I don't know, my friend just keeps trolling me. Whether he's in my team or out of my team, always keeps trolling me. Brian says, would you prioritize Rafinha or an Arsenal mid for double game week? To be honest with you, Rafinha, yeah, I think an Arsenal midfielder is overall a better option because they've got 3 games to go. The problem is that 3 remaining games which have to be rescheduled are not the best. But I'd still say, you know, it depends on which Arsenal mid you go for, but I'd say, you know, maybe Bukayo Saka looks a good option. Ari says, hi, was the best midfielder right now. Ari, that's like a difficult one. Jared Bowen, Diogo Jota, Phil Foden, which I have a really big fear of missing out. Well, you know. Sorry I'm late to the party, says Thero. No problem, my friend. I'm not sure. I don't know whether Salah will start. The comments from Jurgen Klopp actually looked positive. You know, he said Salah is a machine or something like that. So like he's always fit. You know, he wants to play. He took part in training. But technically, I still think that won't play 90 minutes Salah. You know, players need to recover. You know, not just physically, you know, mentally as well. They suffered a big defeat in the AFCON. I don't know what makes everybody think that he's just gonna start. That's just my opinion, by the way. So if Moura to Coutinho, then who to swap James for? Dean, I think. Dexter, Luca Dean. You could save 1 transfer. Don't kind of just make 2 transfers because you have to. Just make 1 transfer and save the other one. Smelly Web says, smash that like button and subscribe. Thank you so much for the shout out. I appreciate it, my friend. Sid says, your chip strategy at the moment. I just talked about it, Sid, a long time about it, Sid. If you can, after the stream is over, you can watch the video, you know, watch the stream back again. I spent a few good 10 minutes talking about it, bro. Ari says, Foden, Bruno or KDB. I think they're not, can be compared, you know, they're not in the same price range, especially Foden. You know, if I had to choose one for the next 2 game weeks, I'd say KDB possibly. If you can go with Bruno, you can. But the thing is, it's easy for me to say because I already own Bruno. I don't have to transfer him out. You know, but if somebody has to bring those players in, I think it's a very tough call. Brian says, do you think having 2 premiums is the way forward or back to Salah per my captain? The thing is, I don't think I'm going to be keeping Fernandes for the entire season anyway. You know, if he does well for the 2 game weeks that I own him for, that after that I have a decision whether to sell Fernandes to Salah or do I kind of get Salah along with Fernandes. That'll depend on Fernandes' captain. So it's hard for me to say at this moment. Transfer Son or KDB? I'd say KDB. You know, if you don't want to keep him for the long time, if you want a Salah placeholder, then KDB. Spurs defense thoughts. I don't rate their defense. I mean, they've been doing all right, but you know, but they won't have Dyer for the next 2 game weeks, you know, and not sure who's gonna play, especially with, you know, with Sessegnon, Reguilon, you know, Doherty. And I'm not sure who starts in their defense. Maybe Lloris is the one to go for. It says, sure, bro, are you done with your transfers? Hey, he said, I'm not done with my transfers yet. I'm still kind of thinking at the back of my mind that the plan is to kind of move on Alonso for Luca Dean. I'm thinking whether it is the right move to make since I already have a good 11. I'm thinking I might roll my transfer. So at the back of my mind is thinking. Surfros, I think if you can get Saka and you have a contingency plan for the blank game weeks is a good option. Abhijit, not decided at the moment. I might not. Giving myself a little bit more time to decide. Fadzali says, is it worth to wildcard? Fadzali, it depends on your team and the chip strategy, bro. I think at this current moment, I don't think it's the best time to wildcard, but it also depends on your team. Nihal says Salah if starts will play 60 minutes tops or more likely to come off the bench for 30-40. That's exactly what I think as well. I think he's likely to come off the bench. And that also if Liverpool are losing or are in a problem. If Liverpool are comfortably winning, Klopp might give him a run out 30 minutes odd. Who knows? Gideon says, do you think it's a good idea to bring in Kane this game week? Yeah, I think Kane is a good option. I just read a tweet from Fabrizio Romano. He says Kane is happy at Tottenham now, especially after Antonio Conte bringing the winning mentality, and things are different to what they were at the start of the season. Kane hasn't decided on his contract, but he's happy at Tottenham. So a happy Harry Kane is I think is better than a sulking Harry Kane. That's all I can say. Guys, let me just have a drink of water. Today's questions are like a lot of questions coming in. Alright. Let me just check Twitter as well. Just to see if Cancelo, Bone. Any information on anybody starting? There's also a big debate to be had about Dennis versus King in my team, you know, but I don't know how can I decide it? That's the problem. Let's I don't think we're gonna get any team news honestly today. Sam Martin, no, not even from Sam. I don't think we're gonna get any. Guys, if you get any team news, just put it in the group on Twitter so that I don't have to scroll through the entire Twitter. If you get any, just let me know. Right, back to answering your comments. DM says I got Ronaldo, Tierney, De Gea, Williams, Ramsey, Outer King, Bruno, Delo, Sanchez, White. Any better? See, Ronaldo and Bruno is a roll of the dice. I can't tell you which one to go for. I think team definitely. The thing with Delo is saw a lot of comments that he's nailed on more than Van Bissaka at the moment, but not sure. The players which you had on top, it's just touch and go. DM. I don't think there's much to choose between them. Neil says Salah is hungry. He will want to play. Players like Salah love to play, and now is a point to prove after having low-scoring AFCON. Yep. Well, we can look at it both ways as well. FPL Sam says Kevin De Bruyne captain. I wish I had Kevin De Bruyne. I would, it's gonna be amazing. But unfortunately, I don't. I've got a fear of missing out on Foden, De Bruyne. There's a big swing, on those players. How much is De Bruyne owned? I have to see. Just to give myself more fear of missing out. De Bruyne is owned by 16% player. That's a bit much. There might be zombie teams as well. Who knows? Effective ownership we'll find out after the game on live FPL. Viz, I've got both Ronaldo and Bruno. Who would you suggest to ship out en route to Salah after the? To be honest with you, FPL Jug, let's watch them play. Let's watch them play against Burnley and in the double game week, and then we can decide. Maybe even in the game against Burnley, we'll find out. Yeah, Fadli says Norwich is not a punching bag anymore. I agree with that. I think Dean Smith has made them better. Gavin says best Bernardo replacements. I don't think you need to replace Bernardo at this price point. I think he's alright. But if you want to replace him, I'd say Jared Bowen, Philippe Coutinho, seem to be the ones to go for. Who else? Foden? I don't know. Foden possibly. Gideon says I have two options, Kane or Ronaldo. Who should I get if I sell Dennis? I have 12.5 million. See, technically I think long term I think Kane is the better option with the double game week coming up. That's the only reason why you might want to go for Ronaldo. You know, Ronaldo's not looked that good. United has not looked that good, to be honest with you. You know, Ronaldo got taken off in the previous game, and like Rashford came on and scored easily, or you know, Rashford looked much more lively after that. Asking for a friend, Antonio or DCL to Edward. I think this is not the game week to be kind of moving Antonio against Watford or Calvert-Lewin against Newcastle to Edward. I mean, DCL as a new manager, he would want to prove himself. Antonio has a decent match against Watford. I think this is not the game week. Again, just like Fadli said, Norwich is not a punching bag anymore. I have a big FOMO on Salah, says Nehal. Everybody's got a big FOMO on Salah, but the thing is, Nehal, you just cannot have all the players, you know. I had a contingency plan to get Salah back, you know, easily from Fernandes to Salah, but now they've got a double game week, and I thought possibly gonna keep him. It's very difficult, my friend. Honestly, it's just very difficult. Thinking Salah is still 33. Yeah, Coutinho for Saka. I think you can keep Saka. I mean, you know, if you know, like Saka's got a double game week coming up. If you can kind of have the bench to cover him, I think keeping Saka is not a bad option either. Starts Gray or Lacazette. If you own Lacazette, I think you start him. He's on penalties for Arsenal. Not that they get many penalties, but still. Dennis, King and Sofa, I'll pick two. You know, Nishtal, just watch my team. You kind of have the same problem. I think I might bench both King and Dennis. If I end up getting Luka Dean, I might bench both King and Dennis. If you know, if I end up getting Dean in place of you know, those two, I might bench King as well. I might put Alonso, like, let me show you here. So if I get Luka Dean, I'll just bench Josh King and Dennis, and you know, I'll have Dean here in place of you know, then I'll have 3 West Ham players. You're going to do this transfer. I'm still thinking Rafa. I'm not sure yet. Give me like 10 more minutes and I'll make my moves. I'll make my moves possibly 10 minutes before the deadline, because you know, today's none of a rush, so there's no hurry for me to make the transfers today. Got a major fear of missing out with Foden. Always do. Every game week I have a fear of missing out with Foden. But I still kind of never find a way to get him into my team, because you know, I always got different fires to put out, or you know, just doesn't work sometimes. Yeah. So you Broja, I think he's injured. He's got a knee injury. Sometimes I don't know what happens with Broja. He's mostly injured and then he ends up starting the games. Don't know why the Southampton manager just doesn't tell us clearly. Let me see my predicted lineups here. Yeah, again, you know, on my notes I've written that Broja. He says it. Let me see. It is possible that Armando Broja might feature despite taking a knock to his knee. We will have a look at how he is on Tuesday. It is possible that he is available for tomorrow, but we don't know yet. We want to give him time to recover, and then we'll have a look. Make of that what you want, my friend. Make of that what you want. Deadline is 23:45. Yes, Jugs, I'll make my decision at 23:35 then. You know, just with 10 minutes to go. Murli says it's your final team. No, this is not my final team. I'm just kind of thinking, my friend. The thing is, I want Dean long term, you know, but yeah, I think I should kind of. The problem is if I get Luka Dean, do I like play one of the Watford attackers? For example, hypothetically, let's say I get Luka Dean would you kind of bench Sofal and play like a king, or would you bench both Dennis and King and play Sofal? That is the decision, because Luka Dean has to come in. Look, if I get Luka Dean, there's no point putting him on the bench because I want to get him against Leeds anyway. So that is the question. Although Luka Dean is going to be up against Rafinha, but I don't want to get him for 1 week. I want to get him for the longer term anyway. So that is a doubt I have at the back of my mind. Do I like play both Dean and Sofal, and then I bench King and Dennis both, or do I if I kind of play King, then I'll have to bench Sofal. That's the major doubt. I don't have a doubt about Luka Dean, bringing in Luka Dean for Alonso. The doubt is then it'll be a problem. I have a problem to bench a benching dilemma at the back of my mind. FPL Jack says if I were you, I'd play Dennis over Sofal. Yeah, I mean, Dennis is explosive and all that. West Ham do concede. I've thought about all the possible scenarios. Trust me, bro. I've thought about every possible move that could be possible. Just not. Sometimes these things just don't kind of. Smelly Web says you usually prefer the more attacking player in these situations. That is true, Smelly Web. Again, even if we go with that, the problem is I'd have to decide between Dennis and King. But it's absolutely horrible situation to be in. At least I'm not panicking. Even if the deadline crosses and my team is like this, I'm still not panicking anyway. So no tenor from me. This is game week, guys. Pretty relaxed. Yeah, I always prefer the attacking options. The problem is there's again a doubt between which one to play, Dennis or King. I always end up selecting the wrong players in these situations. I know that for a fact. Whichever I select, the other one's gonna score, and then I'm gonna keep gonna keep doing this to myself, saying that I should have played the other one. Earlier I had King, because you always play with the permutations and combinations, and that's the reason. Anyways, I'm just thinking, guys. Thanks. Went with Dean and James Ward-Prowse, Nihal. James Ward-Prowse has got a little bit tough fixtures, but is in good form. Should I get Edward for Antonio and Foden for KDB? I don't think so. Just play Antonio and Foden. I think you should be fine, bro. Don't waste your transfers. I think my captain is going to be Jota. That is sure. The reason is I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket and go with Foden. So at least my captain is locked. So that is one thing which you can kind of go for. So the transfer is still kind of not locked, and thinking at least we don't have any early team news or leaks, so that's a positive. King fails to put the ball into the net. I'd say Dennis is more clinical. The thing with Dennis is, I think ever since Joao Pedro started playing, I think it has affected Dennis. I think Joao Pedro is a bit of a selfish kind of a player. He likes to hold on to the ball, doesn't make those passes. He doesn't want to give the assist. He wants to score. Array says, would you captain Salah if you had him? Depends on what other players you have, Array. Bench one, Antonio, Watkins, Reguilon. What do you prefer, Tierney or Dean? I think they're both good options. The problem is if you have a contingency plan to kind of cover for the blank game weeks coming up for Arsenal, then it's fine. If you don't, then I'd say Dean, because he doesn't have a blank game week, and he also plays in game week 30, which is a blank game week. So if you're not going to free hit in game week 30, then I think Dean is the better option. Cap, Cancelo, Jota. I'm going with Jota. If you want to go with Cancelo, that's totally fine, my friend. I don't see any problems with that. I just need to thinking about my own team. Don't want to leave it late, guys. I'm sorry, I don't intentionally leave it late. I just, when I talk here, I end up, just messing up with my mind sometimes. If you could captain any player this week, who would you go for? I would go for De Bruyne. Maybe light rays again. It is maybe because at the back of my mind I have a fear of missing out. I'm answering with Kevin De Bruyne, but I genuinely feel I think he's a good option, one of the best. Will Rafinha start, Abhishek? I don't know, my friend. Let me check my predicted lineups. I have notes here, and where I've written all about this. What does it say about Rafinha? I think he'll start. According to my notes, he'll start. Time to lock and load, says Smelly Web. That means we've got 10 minutes to the deadline. Everybody lock your teams. Fadli says, I still don't know what to do. Oh my god. It's the same with me. Would you prefer Diop to Tierney or Antonio to Edouard this week? Diop to Tierney, I think this is a better one. Bench 1, Buendia, Varane, Bernardo, Antonio. Varane or Buendia, I'd say. 10 minutes left and I will wildcard. Well, Fadzali, each to his own, bro. Also Bernardo to KDB, Mahrez, Foden. KDB if you can. Alright, guys. I need to focus on my own team. I don't want to leave everybody late. So just bear with me now. I need to decide my own team right now, because don't want to leave it late. So the decision is whether to play. One decision would be to play Dennis or King. Antonio is fit. Antonio is fatigued. I think he should start. I think that's my opinion. All right, let's go to the transfer page. Let's make the transfer if I want to, or let's just leave it at that. So if I look at my team. So if I basically don't make any transfers, I'll have to play one out of Dennis and King and Sofal. So I'll have 4 players in that game. Right? So let's just assume that it's going to be an attacking game and this not going to be a clean sheet for West Ham United. Just give me a second here, guys. I think Luka Dean is still the right move for Alonso. I think I should get in Dean because my my initial plan was to get Luka Dean anyway. So I made the transfer, guys. You can look at my team here. Now I just need to set up my team. So Luka Dean is in. Now I've got 3 West Ham players in my team and 2 Watford strikers on the bench, and that is exactly what I need to sort out in the remaining time. The transfers are done. The transfer is done. I've gone Alonso to Dean, so you can see that. Nihal, if you can help the guys in the chat, because I'm kind of focusing on my own team, not able to answer the questions. Smelly Web, if you can as well. Paul Trinity says, hey, was bench Gray or Rafinha? Technically, Paul, Gray has the better fixture. Rafinha is just the better player. It's a difficult one, but I think you can take a risk, a little bit. I don't know. I've not seen Rafinha play in such a long time. It's hard to say which one to play. Guys, 7 minutes remaining. If I was you, Paul, I'd say play Rafinha, just because he's a better player. Although Aston Villa has a good defensive team. Ben Sofal or King. You can see my team and you'll know. You can just watch my team. The first question is Dennis or King. If I want to put them in, if you want to go all in at West Ham United, then I should just play Sofal. The thing is, they haven't kept a clean sheet. Just doesn't fill me with any kind of confidence. Against United, no clean sheet. Against Leeds, no clean sheet. Against Norwich, again there was a clean sheet, but they were very lucky to keep one. No Palace, Watford, Southampton. Even against Watford, they conceded 1 goal. I think Dennis scored the goal assisted by King. That makes it even helpful for me. Southampton, no clean sheet. Arsenal, no clean sheet. Burnley. So yeah, West Ham not keeping many clean sheets. That is one factor to consider. When making this decision, that is definitely one factor to consider. Then the question is whether to play Dennis or King. I'd say Dennis is definitely more explosive. The only thing why initially I put King in my team is because he's on penalties. You know, that was the reason I put him in my team initially. I don't have any other option, right? Oh no. 5 minutes to go. Need to lock my team. I mean, even if it goes like this, it won't make much of a difference anyway. But I need to be sure. Would you suggesting giving armband against CR to Burnley? I mean, I think De Bruyne is the better option technically. You know, I think De Bruyne is the better option if you have Sofal or King or Dennis is the question at the back of my mind. The thing is, I know for a fact this Dennis is more explosive. When he plays, he just gets more chances and stuff. You know, don't expect him to get another red card anyway. So I don't know. You see, he's got 8 goals and 6 assists. I always prefer the guy. You know, initially when I had to make the choice between Dennis and King, it was always Dennis. You know, or I could just leave them both on the bench. There's also an option here, you know. Like, honestly, if you ask me, my heart, I always would prefer Dennis, you know. But this is one which I'll get wrong. Either way I go, and I know for a fact, either I play just both of them, but that is not a possibility. You know, because I don't want to bench Demarai Gray. I think Demarai Gray has got a good fixture against Newcastle, and these two doesn't make sense. Just for the risk management, or you know, for the peace of my mind, I can't play both of them. That is absolutely not the right way to go. You can, you know, think this is the one which is going to the absolute deadline. Don't know what to do here. Kind of stuck because, you know, there's not much to choose between these two. I've thought long and hard. So one option is I can just play Sofal and just be done with both. But Dennis already scored once against West Ham United. You know, he's got 1 goal against them. Gonna be a tough one. Todd says play Dennis and we'll go down together. Oh my god. The thing is, Hart says Dennis. Yeah, Sofal is like 6.5%. It has more upside. King is like what, 9.3. Yeah, expected ownership definitely Dennis kind of trumps. Hang on. If I play in Dennis, obviously Sofal is going to be first on the bench. Let me just refresh it. 2 minutes to go, by the way. I've put Dennis in the team right now at this moment in time for anybody who's kind of just, you know. I think I don't think there's going to be a massive difference between what's happening here. You know, I'd put King. Always put the striker first, I'd say. I don't know. I am Sully says, let's all go down together. Come on, guys. Let's have some positivity. We want to win this thing, right? I mean, you know, let me refresh my team. I put Dennis in, you know, a little bit, you know, jittery at the moment, but I think I've made my final decision. I don't want to change it at the last moment. It doesn't matter. Initially, I had King in my team. Now I put in Dennis. I don't know why I did that, but you know, if he gets another red card, then I'll just think it's bad luck. Lock your teams, by the way, guys. Just 1 minute to go. This is my final team. Just lock your teams. I put in Dennis. Guys, please lock your teams. No time to be asking questions right now. I'm telling you right now. Just go lock your teams. Let me refresh it once more for anybody, just in case. Just go lock your teams. King on the bench, number 1, Sofal, Livramento. Lock your teams, guys. Thank God. This deadline is over. That was a close one, guys. I mean, wasn't actually close. I mean, I wasn't too bothered by whether Dennis plays or King plays or Sofal plays. I don't think it's gonna make a massive difference in the end. If it does, then just my luck, guys. Nahal says done. But the deadline is over, right? And it was an interesting one. I never expected that there's gonna be too many questions today, but it was absolute barrage of questions, and I'd like to really thank Nahal for helping me out with answering all the questions. That's what makes this community beautiful, guys. We help each other. We just move together forward as a group. I just did it wildcard active, says Fadzali. Well, good luck to you, my friend. Good luck, and I hope it turns out well, Fadzali. I hope it goes well. So who's your captain, guys? Abhijit says, I've done an absolute bonker of a transfer. He says, Dennis and Gray out for Edouard and Ramsey, mainly to save money for Salah. That's not that much of a bonkers. I mean, they do have good fixtures, Gray, I mean, especially Damari Gray, but Dennis is fine, It's not like Dennis is essential or close to that. Gideon says, damn, that was intense. These streams are always intense, one way or another. We kind of find a way to make them intense right at the end. So I made my last minute transfer, says Nahal. What did you do, Nahal? Did you... could have rolled but went Emerson to Dean. I think that's fine. I think Luca Dean... if you want to gain something from Luca Dean, I think now is the time. In a couple of game weeks, I think his ownership is going to skyrocket. One more good performance from Luca Dean and his ownership will skyrocket. So, one more reason I wanted to bring in Luca Dean was he's 9%, has a couple of good fixtures, even 3 or 4 good fixtures, 5. Under Lampard, under Gerrard, they're playing well, and I expect Luca Dean to get something from these fixtures. So yeah, Gideon says Kane in. Let's go, Jota cap. Alright, nice one. Huddle says good luck, all. Good luck, my friend. FPL Dex is going in Jota captain. Nahal only worries Jota is not on ban. Doesn't matter. You can't, there is no good captain who's on penalties this game week. Who would you captain? I mean, Ronaldo, possibly, but, it's just a difficult one this game week. FPL Jugs. So, Fadli says rate it. Ramsdale, David De Gea, Delo, Dean, Trent, H, Norrie, Cancelo, KDB, Elise. You went with Elise? That's interesting. Nice, I like that. Martinelli, Cornet, Ronaldo, King, Broja. That's a fantastic team. I like that a lot. Yeah, looks really good. Asset says deadline passed. Yep, it did. Smellyweb says good luck everyone. Good luck Smellyweb. Thank you so much. Neil says final team Ramsdale, Dean, Trent, Cancelo, Dawson, Jota. You put in Dawson, that's interesting, bro. Dawson, Jota, Bond, Bruno, Gallagher, KDB, Antonio. Nice. Our teams are I like that Gallagher pick a lot. I think it's got some decent fixtures coming up, and for the price of a penny you get $1, especially in a player like Gallagher. And you got KDB as well. That's absolute fantastic. If somebody would free hit, I don't know what much difference would they make to your team. Maybe one more City player, I guess, but very good team. Nail says bench King, Broja, Livramento. It's Mr. May says, did a last second transfer from Dawson to Delo. Should I be kicking myself for not managing to start Reguilon over Delo in this time? The thing is, Delo, I'm not sure if he's nailed on. The thing is, as soon as he makes 1 or 2 mistakes, Delo, I think he's going to be out of the team, and Aaron Van Bissaka is waiting in the wings. Even if he's nailed on, not sure how long for. I hope he just takes you through the double game week. I think that's fine. I got Dean for Reguilon, good move. It's fine, Brendan. I think Reguilon is not a bad bad option. The problem is, it's just not nailed on. Never seems to play 90 minutes under Conte. It's more like 70 minutes, Yeah. I'm Sully says we're doing predictions. Lighter says, yeah. Why didn't you move from King or Dennis to Edouard? Because I didn't have 2 free transfers. I just had 1 free transfer and I wanted to take out Alonso. So that was a luxury move in my opinion, and in game week 26, Watford have got a double game week, so I'm gonna keep Dennis and King until that time. just for more pain, if nothing else. Yeah, let's do the predictions today really quickly. I don't wanna already kind of getting into the swing of things with FPL. Don't wanna kind of strain my throat today. But yes, let's do predictions. So yeah, just a second. I'd like the screen to be perfect. All right. So guys, the first fixture, or in fact, we've got like 3 fixtures today. We've got Newcastle, Everton, West Ham, Watford, and Burnley, Manchester United. See, the thing is, Newcastle have got some new players. They've got Bruno Guimaraes, which I think is a fantastic signing. They've got Kieran Trippier, obviously, who's played a couple of games for them. Things are beginning to look better for Newcastle. I think they will try their best to survive the drop. But Everton have got like the new manager bounce factor with Lampard joining them. Demarai Gray was man of the match in that FA Cup game which they played. So. And they won it in the end. I think Richarlison scored the goal, and I think, was it Yerry Mina? Not sure, but anyways. So in this game, I expect both the teams to score goals. I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw between Everton and Newcastle. Newcastle will have the home advantage. Everton will have the new manager bounce. I think they'll both go at it, and I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. Or maybe let's just call it a scoring draw. Depends on how Newcastle play. Everton, I think, are going to be better than they usually are. Dominic Calvert-Lewin will be interesting to watch under Frank Lampard. So yeah, Lightre says 1-2. Nehal says 2-2 as well. FPL Sam says 1-1. That's pretty much like a couple of scoring draws, and Lightre says Everton are going to win. So the second one is, guys, West Ham versus Watford. This game is difficult to call because Watford already had a new manager. Like they had a double game week, but there was like a 10-day gap between the games. So for the first game, their manager was sacked, Claudio Ranieri, and then Roy Hodgson came in for the game against Burnley. Watford looked good against Burnley, to be honest with you. They didn't give Burnley too many chances. But is it fair to kind of judge a team against Burnley? I don't think so, because Burnley don't have good attacking assets. They bought a new striker, but didn't look that good. Anyway, so today is going to be the real test of Roy Hodgson and how he sets up the team. Because of this, I was unsure whether I should be starting Sofal or whether I should be starting, I should be starting Sofal or Dennis or King. The thing is, Dennis did not play in the game against Burnley. Dennis has been the talisman of that Watford team this season. So I think it's unfair to judge Watford or Roy Hodgson's performance on the basis of just one game. Let's see what they do in this game. So I just took a risk and I put Dennis in anyway. So let's see what happens. I think this game, West Ham should win this game, but I expect Watford to score 1 goal. 3-1 should be the result in my opinion. 3-1 West Ham, Watford. So Nehal and I almost agree on every result. It's kind of freakish if you ask me. FPL Sam says West Ham, Watford 4-2. Yeah, I guess everybody's like kind of expecting goals. West Ham don't keep too many clean sheets. West Ham has, and also why I didn't captain Jared Bowen is because he played 20 minutes. He scored the winner, so it's like both ways. He could be fatigued as well, but he could be like he's in good form because he scored that goal. He's the winning goal for his club, and it was such a heartbreak for it was a lower division team, and they played just really well, and West Ham were really lucky to win that game. But I think Jared Bowen could be like encouraged by his performance and could also be fatigued. Who knows what's it gonna be? That's the reason I didn't captain him. Lighter says 3-1 to West Ham, so it's crazy. Nehal says it's freaky, trust me. Absolutely. Let's go ahead. Burnley, Manchester United. I think this is a game in which Manchester United need to win. They need to show something here. They cannot they lost at home to in the FA Cup to a lower division team. I just can't remember the name for some reason. I watched the game, I still can't remember. But they lost the game on penalties, and they had so many chances to score. Bruno had a great game, actually, and still lost. So they need to bounce back. Burnley again fighting relegation, signed a new player. Maxwell Cornet is back. That's a positive. So expect him to wipe the De Gea clean sheet today. 1-2 to Manchester United. Burnley scores 1 and Manchester United scored 2. I think Manchester United will find a way to concede today. They lost to Middlesbrough, absolutely. Refusion says, Viz, when will you use one of your free hit chips? I'll let you know after this predictions. I'll show you my slide. Gideon says 0 to Manchester United. So we've got 3 predictions of 0 to Manchester United. I'm the only one who said 1 goal to Burnley and light race as well. So the thing is, I think Manchester United find a way to snatch a goal from the jaws of a clean sheet, especially when I own their defender or a goalkeeper. So yeah. Anyways, I think we all expect United to win. It doesn't the only difference is 1 goal or don't concede any goal. I'd love them not to concede, but you know what happens. Manchester City versus Brentford. This is gonna be a really tough watch for me, because I own 2 players, but none of them are explosive. I own Cancelo and Bernardo Silva, but KDB, Foden are the players which have a major fear of missing out. And the thing is, Brentford concede a lot of goals away from home. I think one positive for Brentford could be that they've got their goalkeeper back in David Raya. He was injured, and I think his name was Fernandez or something like that, the goalkeeper which was filling in for him, and he was absolutely not even close to the quality of David Raya. So maybe they can restrict Manchester City to 2 or 3 goals. That's all we can hope for. And if they score City, and I hope Bernardo Silva or Cancelo are involved, but I think 3-0 to City should be the standard kind of scoreline. Neil says, FPL Sam, Manchester United are not that bad, mate. FPL Sam thinks Burnley's gonna beat Manchester United. Neil says 3-0 as well. Again, a freakish kind of jinx. FPL Sam says Manchester City 4-0 to Brentford. I'm Sully says thanks, Wiz, all the best. You're welcome, Sully. I wish you all the best as well, bro. So I think City gonna beat Brentford, that's for sure. How many goals is the question. Norwich versus Crystal Palace. I'm telling you, this game is going to be interesting. I think Zaha's going to be back off, obviously, from AFCON and stuff, and Olise is playing more games. Eze is back. I think this Crystal Palace team got really something about them. Patrick Vieira has got good players, and he's got them playing in a way that even against Liverpool, they were so unlucky not to kind of get something out of that game. That Jota penalty was absolutely shambles, guys. It was never a penalty. And I think that referee, I think he's not been given the chance to referee any game this game week. I think it was Kevin Friend, if I'm not wrong. So it was a bad decision. I think Crystal Palace were good. I think they can beat Norwich City. But Norwich, since they're fighting relegation, I think they're gonna be resilient. But Palace, I think 2-1 to Palace. I think this is a hard one to call, but 2-1 should be. I think 2-1 should be the what? No Ronaldo. FPL Sam says no Ronaldo. Big news, he says. Who gave this news? A Rockstar? Just give me a second here. That's crazy. If I had known that, I'd capped Fernandez. I'd have capped Fernandez if I'd known that. Who says? Hang on, guys. FPL Sam, where do you get that that news from? Vocal praise Salah starts now. Sorry, guys, if I'm not speaking. I'm just on Twitter, just trying to verify FPL Sam's message that Ronaldo's not starting. Whoa, it's crazy sometimes. I can't find any tweets for some reason. Where? Hang on, let me see what FPL Sam says. Team News and Tricks says rumor. He says okay. So this is not. I don't think. I don't think this is confirmed. I follow him, but I can't find his tweet. This guy, FPL team news and whatever. Hang on. Let's see what anybody else says. Like maybe Rockstar will give us some news. Anyways, let's move on with the predictions, should we? It's a possibility apparently. I think it is a possibility as always. I think there was one game in which the same happened as well, in which Bruno actually got double-digit returns in the double game week as well. Yeah, I do follow him. This guy, Team News and maybe he blocked me because it doesn't show me on my timeline. Yeah, I do follow him. I even have notifications on for him, but it doesn't show. So he says, rumor not fact, do not shoot the messenger. Two people who are reliable says United, this isn't concrete, but I don't think Ronaldo is playing. Both these people don't usually say I'm not sure. They usually guarantee, so it's hard for me to judge. Strange that they're two separate people saying the same thing. I don't know. Let's not focus on this, guys. And anyways, there's still a long time to go for the United team news, so let's just focus on our predictions and finish the stream for today. So 2-1 to Crystal Palace for me. This is going to be a tough game. Spurs versus Southampton is going to be interesting. I think Spurs are going to win this game by... It depends on if Broja plays or not, but if Broja plays, I do expect Southampton to score. 3-1 Spurs. 3-1 Spurs for me. I think Harry Kane, Son, I expect all of them to be involved again. So 3-1 to Spurs should be my prediction for this game. Aston Villa versus Leeds is a very interesting game, which is very difficult to call. Especially, it's hard to call the Aston Villa clean sheet. The thing is, no, I don't think many people. I think many people own Watkins, maybe Coutinho, some of them. Ramsey is a very small proportion, but Leeds, I think people own Rafinha. That's the only player which people own from Leeds. I would love this if it was a 0-0. You know, I think there's a possibility for a 0-0, or it could be a kind of 2-1 game to Aston Villa. I think Aston Villa will win this game. That is for sure. I think Aston Villa will win. But I don't think that it's gonna be an easy win, especially if Rafinha plays against Luka Dean. You know, I think Leeds can score in this game. It's hard for me to call this one. I'd say 3-1. Let's go with 3-1, or let's go with a 0-0. Let's just go with a 0-0. If some one of them score, then let's go with 3-1. It's difficult to call. I haven't seen Leeds play in such a long time, so it's hard for me to call Leeds. Liverpool versus Leicester. I think Leicester have a kind of a problem with the defense. They conceded like 4 goals to Nottingham Forest. The thing is, when Nottingham Forest beat Arsenal in the FA Cup, I was absolutely gutted. And, you know, Arsenal played well. Arsenal should have won the game. We hit the post, we hit the bar. You know, we were unlucky not to score. And Nottingham Forest kind of, nicked one at the end. But against Leicester, they scored like 2 goals right at the start of the game. You know, they actually just beat Leicester, fair and square. Against us, they were lucky, resilient and a bit of luck to win. Against Leicester, they just beat them with their football. I saw some tweets that said if somebody was watching the game, you didn't tell them that Leicester was a Premier League team and Nottingham Forest was like a lower league team, people would have assumed the opposite. In this game, I expect Liverpool to win this game 3-0. I don't expect Leicester to... the thing is, Leicester can score. The Leicester can score goals. Maddison is playing well. They've got Jamie Vardy, Iheanacho, Patson Daka. I'd say 3-1 to Leicester. I expect them to score 1 goal at Anfield. 3-1 to, in my opinion. Let's see what everybody else has to say. 4-1 says Nehal. 3-2 says Nehal as well for the Aston Villa Leeds game. Lighter says 3-1 to Spurs. FPL Sam says 2-1 to Spurs. Yeah, I said 3-1, so that's pretty close. Leicester were defending champions too. Oh yeah, they were actually, yeah, they were the cup holders. Yeah, they were the holders. True. 3-3 says Light Rays. Interesting. I don't think they scored that many, to be honest with you, but it's gonna be interesting if they scored three. Um, right. So last game, again, Wolves versus Arsenal. I think this is a very difficult game to call. I expect this to be a 0-0 kind of a game. Either Jimenez can nick one against us. He always does something. The people like what's this guy? The Portuguese, the one who plays like Hazard. What's his name? Podence. Players like Podence, Jimenez, they always kind of seem to come to life against us. The players who are out of form. But I'd love an Arsenal win, but I think it's going to be more like a 0-0 kind of a game. Light Race says 3-3 already answered. 5-2 to Liverpool says Light Race. Changed his prediction. That looks more likely, I'd say. Neil says 0-0 dry. I think so as well. If Arsenal can't score against Burnley, what else can we expect against them? Giving Nick Pope 19 points. That's absolutely shambles. FPL Sam says 0-0 as well. So I think we all generally tend to agree on this. So yeah, these were the predictions. Let me just go on Twitter once before I close the stream to see if we can get any like oh my god, Magnus Carlson has tweeted. He says just missed the FPL deadline. He says I thought the deadline was 1930 and not 1915. Of the many blunders I've made in my professional career, this may be the most embarrassing yet. Oh, Magnus Carlson has missed the deadline, guys. So that's a bit of a news. I'll just post his tweet just for everybody to read here in the chat. So that's the news. All this means is he's there. I'd love to be there filming when Ronaldo sees the turf moor away dressing room. I don't know. I don't see anybody suggest that whoa. So this is a stat here. So they say Manchester United have played 6 away matches at Burnley. Last 6 matches at Burnley, they've all been clean sheets. Like, Manchester United have not conceded an away goal to Burnley in the last 6 games they've played against them. Not that it counts for much, but it's still a stat. Alright, let's see if I can get any news about Ronaldo. How many people we've got watching still? 15, I think. Yeah. Anyways, Nail says football intelligence unit very cryptic. Yeah, he is. Light Ray says 1-0 to Wolves. Come on, Light Rays, don't break my heart, my friend. Come on. Let's hope for the best. By the way, FPL Sam, if you're still here, I would love for you to send me a message. I'd love for you to send me a message on Twitter so I can add you to the group. So I can add you to the group of our private chat on Twitter. So I'd love if you'd send me a message on Twitter, because I tried to send you a message and your private messages where I think you kind of turned them off or something like that. So if FPL Sam is still here, I hope you can just send me a message on Twitter. DCL on the bench, is that true? Nail says Mason Holgate and Townsend both return to the starting lineup. Everton, Dele Alli, Donny van de Beek and Dominic Alderweireld on the bench. That's interesting. Never expected DCL to be on the bench. Very strange. Oh, FPL Sam has shared a tweet with me. Oh, so that's not the team news, right? That's just like a leak by the Bobble. I don't follow this account, by the way. Is he like a reliable account? So I might follow him as well. Anyways, guys, DCL on the bench says Nihal as well. Had a minor niggle. Possible. I saw a couple of people who had DCL in their teams when they were like writing out their teams to me during the stream. But I let me see my predictions. Yeah, in my predictions, I had written that DCL trained ahead of the game. He had a knee injury, but he trained and he was past fit to start the game. So that was my part of my notes. I'm not gonna kind of just tell you the truth. Even Rockstar confirms. Oh, about DCL, right? Not about Ronaldo. Yeah, he's on the bench. So DCL is on the bench. It's confirmed. Lots of changes. So ex-West Ham United guy says lots of changes in the West Ham team. Hopefully Antonio is not benched, because this is gonna be crazy if Antonio is benched as well. Well, I'll just stay here like 3 or 4 more minutes, and I'll just check out the team sheets. Feel like the team news this evening is going to be horrible, says FPL Raptor. Well, let's see. Who knows what's up? What's gonna happen here? Anyways, let's. This looks bad now for West Ham. Well, if Antonio is kind of fatigued, I don't think he's gonna bring him on anyway, so it doesn't make a difference. So at least for me, damn it, I've got King and Dennis both coming in. That's absolutely horrible. Oh my days! Why did I put Sofal? Why didn't I put Sofal first on the bench? I never expected him to come on for Antonio, if anybody else. That's gonna be absolutely horrible if that happens. Anyways, let me open Sofa Score, and yeah. Let me see if I can open Sofa Score here and show you guys as well. Just don't look at it. Just give me a second, guys. Sorry if yeah. So I hope you can see it. Yeah. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see the team news or anything like that, but I'll show you here as soon as it goes live. Just what's I have King and Brosher possibly. Yeah, well that's I think it's pretty much. I think everybody would have had one of the Watford players on the bench anyway, because not everybody started the like Watford player like me. DCL is very injury prone. I don't think that's true, to be honest with you. I think he had a massive injury, and it's just when you come back from a big injury, it always takes you a while. You have some niggles, some of the muscle strains and stuff. For example, currently I'm suffering with I was playing football the other day and I suffered an ankle sprain, and I'm trying to recover, but you always have a setback, because once you strengthen the joint or the ankle or whatever which got hurt, and meanwhile the other parts of your body just kind of tend to act in a way that you don't expect. Like you'll have a knee injury, you'll have back pains, and I don't know. So I think when you come back from an injury, it's just not that simple. I think players who this FPL intelligence unit just tweeted about the Everton once again. Paul Pogba doing pre-match, so he's starting. So Paul Pogba is starting. That's what Samuel Luckhurst says. Redemption time for Dennis. That means he starts. A Rockstar says redemption time for Dennis. That means at least he's starting. Dennis is starting. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that was a news anyway. I'm waiting for the team news. As soon as I get it, I'll share it with you guys, and then I'll be out of here. Been a long stream. Never expected it to be this long. Dennis starts. Yeah, true. Looks like Zuma is in the squad. Is he? Didn't he kick the cat? A very that wasn't a good that wasn't a good action by him. He posted a video of him kicking the cat or something like that. But who cares? These footballers. What Marcus Rashford did, or at least he's been attributed to have done, was horrible. And now Zuma comes out and does this kind of. Absolutely horrible stuff. I don't know what's going on with these footballers. Mason Greenwood one was absolutely horrible. I just read those tweets by her, his or Instagram messages, from Mason Greenwood's girlfriend. It's absolutely horrible. Nobody should have. I wrote precisely. I wrote it exactly that very day, that like domestic violence of any kind is unacceptable. Doesn't matter what was your reason for doing it. Doesn't matter whatever shit you can make up later on. But domestic violence cannot be tolerated. Absolutely, full stop here. No, anybody who does it, no matter you're a footballer, you're a celebrity, or you're a poor man with no money and you're angry why your life turned out to be this way, doesn't mean you take it out in this way. It's absolutely unacceptable. By the way, that's not what we're here for, right? Let's talk something better. Alright guys, let's go to SofaScore. Let's refresh and show you the team lineups. Something new here. So for Everton, we already know we're more interested in West Ham. So Antonio starts. I don't think you can see it, right? How do I show you this? Tough one. How do I put it on the screen? Just give me a second, guys. Oopsie, that's not how it works. Anyways, let's just read the team news for you. Just not gonna work. Dennis and King both start. That Joao Pedro is not starting, so for anybody who owns him, that might be a news. Kiko Femenia is starting. All the other Tom Cleverley starts. So Dennis is starting. That's the only news. For West Ham United, Antonio starts, Jared Bowen starts, Vladimir Sofal starts. Nothing out of the ordinary. Fornals, Benrahma starts. He's back from the AFCON and he starts. So who drops out? Declan Rice is also starting. Let me see who drops out. I think somebody drops out to the bench. Let me just have a look. I don't know why I can't. Alright. I don't know. But anyways, this is the team news, guys. So far, Jared Bowen, Mikel Antonio start. For Watford, Dennis and King are starting. For Everton and Newcastle, we've got Ryan Fraser starting. Chris Wood, Saint Maxima, Willock, Trippier, Lascelles, Schär, Matt Target, by the way. Yeah, Newcastle also signed Matt Target. I forgot to mention when I was mentioning their new signings. So Target straight away into the team for Newcastle. So Maxima, Chris Wood, Ryan Fraser. I think it's a pretty the same lineup that we all expected. So Demarai Gray, Anthony Gordon, very interesting prospect, a young guy from Everton. He starts as well. Richarlison playing as a striker. Demarai Gray and no, I don't think SofaScore's got their formation right. They're showing Andros Townsend as a left wing back, which is definitely not right. So yeah, whatever. I think Anthony Gordon's supposed to be playing here, and yeah, I think they don't have a left wing back because this whole Luca Dean, who's supposed to be playing on the left hand side, is it Anthony Gordon? Because they're playing with a back three, right? Seamus Coleman is obviously going to be playing right wing back, because if they play right back, they don't have a left back because they have Mason Holgate, Michael Keane, and Yerry Mina. All three are centre backs. So one of them, either Demarai Gray plays on the left wing back, or it has to be Anthony Gordon. It's really interesting to see, to be honest with you. I don't think you're enjoying seeing the screen anyway, so let me just put it back to yeah. So guys, I'm not sure what the formation for Everton is going to be. It's very interesting. Nahal says King and Dennis up front. Snip the image and put it on. Yeah, I could have done that, but well, too late to see your message, bro. Vlasic. Yeah, Vlasic didn't play too many games here. Lightrace says yes, some truth there. I think it's his importance to the team that creates that they struggle a lot without DCL. Yeah, but I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on with the formation of Everton. If anybody can let me know, I'd be more than thankful. Let me see what team news Everton posted on their own handle. Let's see what they're going with. No, they didn't put the formation. So it's hard for me to decipher, guys. Who's the left back or left wing back? Is it Gordon? Is it Demarai Gray? If it is Demarai Gray, it's not good news for my team because, you know, I own him. Well, anyways. Ronaldo benched now, FPL some says again. Rockstar confirms. Where, really? Ronaldo does indeed need a rest. If I knew this before the game, I would have captained Bruno Fernandes. I'm telling you, right now, I would have. By the way, does Fernandes start? He was also had a you know, kind of a knock. Does he start? Bruno? Did Rockstar reveal anything about Bruno Fernandes? I don't think so, right? Anyways, this stream is becoming too disjointed. Ronaldo is benched, by the way, guys. It has been confirmed by Rockstar now, so Ronaldo has definitely been benched. So, guys, I'd say it's been a long and healthy stream. I had lots of fun answering the questions. Obviously, the last-minute panic always has to set in. You know, it's just a part and parcel of life in these corners of the world, right? So, guys, with this, I'd like to end the stream for today, and thank you so much for joining. It's been a long break, but now we're gonna meet much more regularly because the fixtures are coming so much thick and fast. And I'll see you very soon again, guys, hopefully for another deadline stream. And also I'll do like intermittent streams to update you on my chip strategy and whatever I'm thinking. If need be, if I feel that there is a stream which needs to be done, I need to come online and talk to you guys, I'll make sure I'll do that, right? So make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and if you want, you can support the channel by joining as a member. And I thank everybody who already did join as a member: Pedro Rodriguez, Smelly Wabbit, and Todd, who already joined as members of the channel. So thank you so much to them for supporting always. Todd says, thanks Wiz, hat tip to Nehal for all the information you shared. Nehal is a gem, and our community is lucky to have Nehal. It is just, I always appreciate him bringing all the knowledge and just as this general kind of intellect to the stream, and everybody else who joins the streams. This would not be possible without you guys. This community is because you come here every deadline stream and just kind of every deadline stream and be a part of the journey, guys. And thank you so much for coming here. I'll see you all in the next stream. Till then, take care, and guys, may the arrows be green. Take care. I'll see you.